with sauce, and your meatballs and the sausage and the whole deal. And I can't say that I don't want it, because sometimes I do. But, you know, I started thinking about what I'm going to put into my body. And during this time, I got to know my nutritionist much better. And she started telling me about this program at IIN, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. I said, wow, this sounds really pretty good. I should look into it. Well, I decided that I was going to get involved in nutrition counseling because, you know, when I started this, I was up over 300 pounds. Today, I weigh less than I did when I graduated from grammar. Almost as less than I did when I graduated from grammar school. When I started losing weight, I was wearing, and I can appreciate, because I was getting my clothes at the Casual Male, I was wearing a 52 pants. I'm down to a 38 now. Yeah, it's great to be able to buy off the rack, you know. But the important thing was my nutritionist started teaching me what foods work and what foods don't. And I started crowding out the foods that don't work. Incorporating more whole grains and, you know, doing different things. A friend of mine who knows Glenn actually introduced me to this place. And part of my nutrition training, I ended up going to see David Wolfe. And I'm sitting there, and if you ever have a chance to see him in person, he's an absolute crazy man. I mean, you absolutely will walk away and say, why am I drinking water? How come it's not, you know, pH of over 7? And that's what I started doing. And the next day I came here for lunch. And I've always tried to eat healthy over the last year or so, but I didn't realize how good this stuff really is. So I said to my wife, I said, look, let's go to Glenn's place for lunch the next day. She said, well, what am I going to get? I said, well, catch a healthy burger. Well, what is it? And I told her, I said, just try it. So she tried it. She said, man, it's pretty good. And then, you know, the smoothies and this and that. But the point is, losing weight, at least for me, wasn't about the food I put in my mouth. It was about my head. And all the times that I tried to do something, my head wasn't right. And when I finally got my head around the fact that I'm going to be 60 years old in October, I want to get to 70, I want to get to over 70, and I want to be healthy about it, I have to make a change. Well, when I went back to the doctors for the last set of blood work, I went from 9.2 to 2.9 in the cardio-CRP. I went from 7.1 to 5.8 in my hemoglobin A1C. I went from 240 in my cholesterol down to, I've been as low as 150. And I'm working myself off of medications. A doctor said to me, you know what? I don't consider you diabetic anymore. And it's just, it was eating the right foods. It was also exercising. Exercise is really, really important. At least it was for me. Because what it did is it motivated me. And, you know, when you're stressed, one of the things I would always do is eat. And I need an outlet. And so I said, you know, the guy that cut me off, instead of yelling at him, I go to the gym and I take a weight and make believe his face is better and go,